Hello everybody, welcome back to another Expeditions Guide. Today we're taking a look at notable locations. This is a contract in the Dormant Volcano. For this contract you do need to have an operator specialist on your team in order to track it. So we're going to be using the Scout 800 and I have a set of anchors with us for emergency purposes. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing. So from the eastern outpost here, we're going to follow this path all the way up and around the side of this lake over to the Hermit's house, which is right here. After that we're going to head down here. And right over here is going to be a cave we have to scan and take a picture of. And then after that, we're going to follow this path across the river and up the backside of the volcano to this peak over here, where we're going to be doing some drone scanning around the waters in the volcano. So that is what we're going to be doing. Let's go ahead and show you how it's done. So right off the rip, we're going to go out of the outpost and make our way up this hill. And once we get up this hill, we're going to head over to the right here. There's going to be a nice rocky climb, so we're going to go right up this. Once we make it up the climb, we're going to head down over to the left here. And this is going to get us down towards the swamp. There's an airdrop here if you need it. We got plenty of supplies at the moment, so don't need to stop there, but if you wish to check out the airdrop and it's up, feel free to do so. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and cross this little swamp here. So it's not super muddy here. There are a lot of trees we got to kind of zigzag through. So right here we're going to cut right between these trees. That's going to get us all the way down. Not here. We want to go right between these. And that's going to take us through this little pass through the rocks here. And from here, we're going to stay up on the left, kind of go around this puddle. Did not see that tree there. So we're just going to go right around this here. And we're going to head up. We're going to go to the left side of these rocks here. So we're going to just kind of zigzag through the trees some more. And then we're going to head on down. And we're going to avoid this pit on the left here. So we're going to use this little high spot to get right between it. Go around this tree. We're going to head up through this clearing. Kind of zigzagging through the rocks here. There's going to be a small puddle. We're going to go up through the puddle. And over to the right through another puddle. And from here, we're going to just make our way up the hills. Now, along this road, you're going to see a lot of like cracks in the ground here with a bunch of rocks. So we want to do our best to avoid those. Right over here, we're going to go up on the left side. And cut right between these trees and avoid these rocks. And we're just going to make our way over to that broken tree. And we're going to go around the broken tree on the right side. Going to get us down to this little pond here, so we're going to go right through the middle of it here, kind of zigzagging around these trees. It's going to allow us to head up. We're going to go to the left side of this big cliff. We're going to go down through some rocks here. And we're going to follow this all the way over to this little lake here. Once we get over to the lake, we're going to follow the shoreline to the right here. And we're just going to follow this all the way around the lake. So we're going to dip down here into the water just a little bit. Climb up the other side here. A lot of rocks here. We're just going to kind of weave through those. Go up to the right here. Climb up around the big rock. And from here we're just going to follow the woods upriver. It is really bumpy here, so you want to kind of make sure you're pointed up the hill a little bit as you're going over those bumps. So we're going to go around this rock here, and we're going to continue to climb. And right over here on this little island is where we are headed. There we go. So all we're going to do is just drive onto the square, and it'll say, hey, we got to find an old cave. He even has an apiary. Honey would be great right now, but that's for later. First and foremost, the job. All right, so we're going to go back across. I'm actually going to use this tree to kind of pull us up out of here, because it is kind of a steep little pit there. We'll get off this tree, and we're going to follow the path we used to get up here all the way back downriver. So we're going to use the same path. We do have to be a little bit more careful since we are going downhill this time. So some of those bumps that we're going to get across once we get past this rock, those can become tip hazards. You can see all the little bumps in the terrain there. We kind of cleared out some of the grass here. So we're just going to stay to the left side of these bumps. I'm going to go around this tree. Just going to cut right through here. And we're going to head over here. We're going to go down to the rocks. Stay up on this edge. We're just going to follow these rocks. And we're going to head down and back up. Not tip over on the rock there. So yeah, we're going to go around these rocks. And we're going to go back up through here. Past these rocks. Kind of stuck on the big boulder right now. Let's get off that boulder. There we go. Alright, and from here we're going to make it up these rocks. Once we get over here, we're going to head to the left and kind of follow this cliff around. And then off to the right. And then we got to go through this little bog here again. Cross over here. And then we're going to follow this path around the cliff to the left here. And we're going to go around this big tree. And right through these trees is a nice clearing that we'll be able to use. And that is going to get us down to our location, which is right here. Now we gotta go take a photo of the old cave. I'm actually gonna go forward. There we go. Clear the marker. And now we gotta take a picture of the cave. So the cave is right here. Right there. Boom. Take a picture of the old cave. Alright, so with that out of the way, the final step we have to do is to get up to the volcano. And we're gonna go up the back side of the volcano so we can use the ridge line. I'm going to show you where we're going to go here. So we're basically going back, follow the path over to the lake, cut across the lake, up the coast, over to the river, across the river, and then we're going to use this path on the back side of the volcano to get up to our scan location. So that is what we're going to be doing for the final step of this mission. So we're just going to go right through our trees. Go around this stump. Make our way back down to the bog. Cut around it. And we're going to head up to the left around the cliff. climb back down the rocks. But once again. And once we make it over here, we're going to cut across the water. And it is kind of muddy here, but it's not like super deep mud or anything. Most vehicles should be able to just kind of cross through here. So we're just going to go ahead and make our way through here and then climb up the other side. We go right through this clearing in the trees. Go around this big tree here. And then climb up this hill. And we're going to make our way through this little bog. Go around the big tree. And then we're going to climb up here. And we're just going to go right around the forest. This is a tricky part here. You want to watch out. There's a big crack in the ground there. So we're going to go around that. Climb our way over. And we're just going to make our way through the clearing. And right up ahead here is going to be our bridges. Now, if you don't have these bridges built yet, it is 150 parts, because you can see it is a double bridge. So I've already got these built from a previous expedition, so we're just going to go right across these bridges. Pull ourselves up and over the cliff. And we're just going to go right down these rocks here. Nice and slow. And this is where things get a little bit tricky. Because it doesn't look like there's a path, but there is a path, and I will show it to you, because this, you're going to want to be on your toes here. This is really sketchy to get through, because we're basically kind of zigzagging between big rock cliffs here. And on top of that, there's all these little rocks that can kind of get in the way, so we're just kind of doing a little zigging and zagging here. Go around this tree, and we're actually going to come up the top side here. Get off this rock. So we're going to come up this top side and then kind of go down this rock here. And that is the hardest part, is just getting up that climb. Once you get past all those rocks, it's pretty smooth. Relatively smooth. You can see we're still going up and down rocks, but you're not really driving on like too much of a slant for the rest of this, and there's really not too much up here that can cause issues with losing the balance of your vehicle. But we're just going to follow this path all the way up to the top here. And once we get to the top, we're going to do a little bit more zigging and zagging here. We'll just go around these big rock spires. Got one more rock. We're going to go right in between these rocks here. Going to climb right over those. We got one more little tricky spot here. This one isn't too terrible, but you want to just kind of go nice and slow over it. And that is going to get us to our scan location. So from here, we need to scan some points in the water. So we're going to go ahead and make our way over to this first point right here. Oh, come on. There we go. The next one is up over here. And then the last one is all the way down in the far corner here. There's that one. The discovered rock paintings are historical heritage. At the end of the expedition, send the footage to the laboratory for analysis. And that will complete notable locations, and this rewards the Emergency Reserve L for the YAR. So, hope you guys enjoyed this guide. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.